Okay, so let's begin. Taurus. This month, like I mentioned, I feel like it's all about healing for you. And I do feel a very strong message to tell you that you are stronger than you realize. You are stronger than you know, Taurus. And I do feel like it's time for you to let go of old negative thoughts and feelings. And it's time to, I feel the need to tell you that it's time to just breathe. I feel a lot of heaviness in my chest as I'm talking to you, almost like an elephant is sitting on my chest. Please, please just breathe and get out of the mind this month. And I do feel like it's time for you to really start rebuilding your foundation for yourself, and allowing that heart to simply break open. I feel a lot of pain. I feel a lot of heartbreak. And I do feel like many of you are in karmic cycles right now. You are releasing karmic patterns, karmic relationships. And I want to relay to you that being happy means that you're on the right path. And I do feel like this is in regards to love. So if you are in a relationship or you are in a certain connection to where you are not feeling fulfillment and you are not feeling, and I mean 100% emotional fulfillment, not contentment. I feel fulfillment for you in regards to love. You know, it's time for you to assess and honor your heart and step into your truth and step into a path of self-mastery, which is ultimately what a twin flame divine counterpart soul awakening connection is. And I do feel the need to tell you that worry is not going to change an outcome. And I feel like you are learning this. And I do feel like you are being encouraged to walk away from some sort of current conflict. And that could be this karmic. You know, I've got the Wheel of Fortune here, and along with the Lovers and happiness. So I do feel like it could be that some of you are being encouraged to walk away from some marriages, or some relationships that are just no longer serving your higher good. And you are being encouraged to walk towards the path of love, which if you are in this type of a connection or on this path, that's ultimately, you know, how you're going to be woken up, how you're going to begin the path towards self-love and self-mastery. So, and this month I definitely feel like you're being called to do this for yourself. I've got the King of Cups here along with the Worry card and the Magician card. And, you know, the King of Cups is all about mastery of love for yourself, mastery of love for others, and master of emotions. So if you are in a place of worry and you have been a bit in your head a little too much, please allow that to fall through and listen to your heart. You have to train that mind to listen to the heart, Taurus. It's not the other way around. I do feel like you're like, ugh, I don't want to feel. I'm tired of feeling. But ultimately, you can only awaken through pain. And feeling is how you begin to figure things out. I do feel the need to mention to you that you are to have an attitude of gratitude, that you are being presented with new opportunities in life. And it may not necessarily be the way that you're expecting them to be or wanting them to be, but ultimately that's what you're being guided towards. So please try to keep an attitude of gratitude. And if you are feeling, I have the Hierophant here, which I definitely feel like, you know, that's structure, that's marriage, a spiritual journey, a spiritual path. If you are, I do have the Three of Swords associated with that. And if you are having a hard time allowing your heart to break open, or if you feel like you're having to choose between two people, please remember that, again, it's about happiness. And if you feel happy, and where your heart feels happiest, you know, maybe do yourself a little bit of a favor and close your eyes for a moment and take a few deep breaths and imagine where you want to be and what you want to be doing and what brings your heart the most happiness. Who is it in your life that you want to be around? you know, and that will ultimately help you break your heart open. I feel like you're very guarded. You know, these swords don't need to be here, but it's just because you're not allowing yourself to feel, Taurus, that they are there. Something that is keeping you from this new beginning and this new passion that's coming your way is guilt. So again, at the beginning, I said that, you know, it's time for you to clear away negative thoughts and feelings. And I definitely feel like that is something that is hindering you and keeping you from this new beginning. You know, honestly, you have to honor your heart. You have to honor your soul. Your soul only wants what's best for you. Your heart only wants what's best for you. So, you know, harboring low vibrational energies such as guilt or anger or resentment or worry, you know, that's not going to serve you. And it's going to keep you from ultimately what you want to do and where you want to be. And I do feel like you need to have a new perspective on your situation. I feel like there's a lot of conditioning. I feel like there's a lot of conditioning that's keeping you from moving forward. You know, old ways of thinking, old ways of being, old patterns. And possibly I do feel the need, like, spiritual upbringing, or this could be for some of you who are in marriages who are, you know, you feel guilty about where your heart is wanting to take you or where your heart is, or but, you know, I do feel the need to let you know that there's a fresh perspective that needs to be had. You know, ultimately, you are a co-creator with God. God wants you to create the life of your dreams. That's all I'm going to say about that. I do feel the need to mention balance. You know, you are definitely on a path right now where you're learning to accept the things that you cannot change. And you need to have balance with that mind and that heart. I want to say to you, feel first and then act. That's a big message on this journey, but I am feeling that specifically for you as well, Taurus. You know, you're connected to this person, or you're on this path for a reason. It's to remind you that you are an infinite being and that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to if you're willing to quiet that fear, if you're willing to quiet that ego, if you're willing to quiet that mind, tame that beast. I love this card here because, you know, she's got the infinity sign above her head here, and she's taming the beast. She's taming the lion. And I always take the angel as the heart, and this is the mind. And I do feel like this is the perfect balance right here. And that's something that you're being called. That's actually at the center of your reading. You know, you're connected to this person for a reason. Quit dismissing things as illogical or not practical, or, you know, placing expectations on how things are supposed to be. Let that go. Go with the flow, Taurus. And, you know, you can do whatever it is that you are setting your mind out to do. I do feel like in February, you will find some clarity on the fact that you do have the strength, that you do have the willpower and everything that you need inside of you to set out for this new beginning for yourself. So lots of new beginnings. And I do feel like this is in regards to money and letting go of any type of codependent relationships. And having faith and strength in yourself, and listening to yourself and honoring yourself and knowing that you can accomplish anything that you want. I do feel like you are being called to step into your creativity too, and that there's a lot of hard work that needs to be done, but you can do it. You know your purpose. Your purpose is to love. Your purpose is here to spread spread love out into the community. And if you can just get yourself into the vibration of love and allow the gifts that you have to step forward, you will begin to move forward. And I do feel like it's going to be fast, as long as you're willing to embrace the new and walk away from that which is no longer serving you. I feel like you can become very independent, or begin taking the steps towards independence this month, Taurus. And it's taking the steps towards love. This is a rebirth, you know. And again, for any of you who are in, I feel the need to mention like a love triangle kind of situation, please trust your heart and know that your inner voice is always guiding you correctly. You know, follow your heart. Can you imagine what would happen if everybody in the world actually followed their heart? How much peace and love there would be in the world. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I do feel the need, like somebody might be watching this video. Yeah, you will hurt other people if you follow your heart, but you are ultimately teaching them. We have different levels of soulmates. You know, you're teaching them what they need to learn and face about themselves. And you're ultimately going to be doing them a favor. But you can't be with somebody based on codependency. You can't be with somebody based on stability. You're doing them a favor by following your heart, just like you're doing yourself a favor by following your heart. You can't help who you love, Taurus. And I do feel like you're going to be coming into clarity about that this month. Again, you're being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. And you have the strength that you need, Taurus. You do. You're a very practical person. And I do feel like, Taurus earth signs are very independent people. So I'm surprised, I will be surprised if you don't feel like you can take care of yourself, because you absolutely can. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Doreen Virtue Magical Mermaids and Dolphin deck. I love the messages on these cards, and this is going to be specifically for you, Taurus, and give you some advice on how you can move forward. So essentially, it's all about you, stepping into your happiness, stepping into your truth. The first card I have here is Helpful Person. Someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. So, if you've got friends or family who can help you with this new beginning, don't be afraid to step out into the community and ask for help. You're definitely not alone on this path. I can tell you that from all the people that I've been working with over the last 3 weeks. I have worked with people in Africa, Canada, Italy, London, just all over the place. You're not alone. And if that helpful person is, an intuitive healer or somebody who can help you in any way, please reach out. This is fantastic. Second card I have is Waves of Prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities are washing over you now. Absolutely. If you allow yourself to follow your heart, you're going to be shocked at how many opportunities are presented to you to create the life that you want. And the third message. Playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. Absolutely. Whatever you need to do right now to let yourself feel good, the more you allow yourself to feel good, the more good comes into your life. So do whatever you need to do right now for yourself, to love yourself, and to be as happy as you possibly can be. Because when we're happy and we are in a state of joy and lightness, we attract more of that into our lives. So, good messages for you, Taurus. I am also going to pull 3 cards from the Doreen Virtue Romance, Angels, and Oracle deck. And again, please take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. First message is, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Absolutely. If you are in this type of a connection, keep your heart open. But for some reason, I feel like I'm really being guided right now to mention that this is, give your relationship a chance with yourself. Give yourself a chance. Yeah, I won't say much more about that. Second message, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So, if you're in a twin flame connection and you're going through a soul awakening, absolutely, you're going to find things that need to be healed from within that, have been there for a long time that you haven't wanted to deal with. Inner child issues, rejection issues, abandonment issues, issues with mom and dad, for sure. That definitely comes up. And so when you're on a path to self-love, self-mastery, and ultimately stepping out into the community to spread more love, this is going to be something that comes up for you. So I do feel like this is coming up for you this month, Taurus. And when I mentioned earlier about the way you were brought up, releasing the guilt from that could be touching on that as well. Conditioning, what mom and dad wanted for you. Ultimately, it's about you creating the life that you want for you and stepping out of your comfort zone to do so. And the third message here is release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So I feel like this is touching definitely on what I had said at the beginning, where, if you are in a karmic relationship of some sort, and you are not feeling happiness on every level and feeling abundance on every level, there is a reason for it. Pay attention to your feelings this month, Taurus. So I'm also going to pull an outcome card for you for the month. Page of Pentacles, new beginning, practical new beginnings, young energy, and you've got the Queen of Pentacles here as well. So, and you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So if you're worried about money, you're a very practical person. You can do whatever it is that you set your mind to. You just have to make that decision. So